True or false, Albert Einstein had a really big brain. False. Albert Einstein had a smaller than average brain, proving the size of your brain has nothing to do with how smart you are.
For us humans, when our hearts beat, they push oxygen-rich blood throughout our bodies. But insects don't even have hearts. They get their air through tiny holes in their bodies.
What did the triangle say to the circle?
What?
You're pointless.
What do you think?
True or false, orangutans make mattresses out of branches and twigs. True.
Hi, welcome to Finn Says. Finn says smile. Finn says wave. Finn says show your muscles. Finn says touch your knees. Sing. Oh no, Finn didn't say so. Great job, everybody.
Fill in the blank. Your brain controls your movements, muscles, and blank, mood, heartbeat, blood pressure, all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above.
Your eyes are literally connected to your brain. The optic nerve is like a cable that carries visual messages from your eyes to your brain.
Why do cows wear bells? Because their horns don't.
What animal can sleep standing up? Cheetah, horse, chimp, or panda? The correct answer is horse. Horses sleep standing up, so they can quickly run away from predators.
Do you dream in color? About 12% of people actually dream in black and white.
Why did the bicycle fall over? Because it was too tired.
Are you good or are you bad?
True or false? Exercise and eating healthy can help your brain work better. True. 30 minutes of physical activity 5 to 7 days a week and a balanced diet can help your brain work better.
The human body has more than 650 muscles. Your heart is one of them.
Let's try again. Finn says touch your head. Finn says make a silly face. Finn says clap your hands. Stop. Uh-oh, Finn didn't say so.
True or false? Bats are the only mammal that sleep upside down. False. Bats, sloths, and manatees can all sleep upside down.
What did the fast tomato say to the slow tomato during the race? Ketchup!
What's the most active muscle in your body? The ones that control your eyes.
Fill in the blank. Your brain has blank of nerve cells that send and receive information all over your body. Thousands, millions, billions, or tens. The correct answer is billions.
Did you know, laughter increases your blood flow, which is good for your heart and may reduce stress.
What do you call a sad strawberry? A blueberry.
What animals hold hands while they sleep? Otters, bats, kittens, or moles? The correct answer is otters. Adorable otters sleep floating on their backs and holding hands to keep from drifting apart.
should you never tell secrets to a cornfield? Too many years!
A kid's heart is about the size of a pear and weighs about as much as a sneaker.
True or false, the skull works as a helmet for our brain. True. Your brain is covered by your skull, also called your cranium. Your skull has 22 bones that work like a helmet for your brain.
You have more than 60,000 miles of blood vessels in your body. That's enough to wrap around the world more than 2 times.
True or false, birds only sleep in nests. False. Great frigate birds can even sleep while flying. These birds can fly non-stop for 2 months and sleep in 10-second bursts.
The heartbeat is when the heart expands and contracts like an octopus movement in the ocean.
Hi.
If you stop fighting, I'll give you a treat.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the Kids Heart Challenge Kickoff. We are so excited to be with you today to kick off this fun-filled program. Are you ready to start a Kids Heart Challenge party? Give me a thumbs up if you remembered Kids Heart Challenge. Great! If you don't know what Kids Heart Challenge is, or you've never done it before, that's okay too. We're going to talk about everything you'll need to know today. Now, give me another thumbs up if you have a heart. That's all of us, right? At the American Heart Association, we are all about hearts and brains. And during today's assembly, we're going to learn about our hearts and brains and how to keep them happy and healthy, kids with special hearts and how we can help them, how we can all be lifesavers when we complete Finn's mission and learn about hands-only CPR like my friend Beat, and how you can be like these heart heroes while earning cool thank you gifts along the way. Sounds like a heart party to me. So let's get started. You may have noticed my friends, the Heart Heroes. They are going to go on a fun roller coaster ride later, and we get to be along for the party. Are you ready to learn all about these heroes? Wow, the Heart Heroes are amazing, and each one has an important message for us about how we can keep our hearts, minds, and bodies happy and healthy. Beat is going to help us be lifesavers as we learn about hands-only CPR, and Spark is going to explore the world of STEM with us. Bolt, Splash, Star, and Skip remind us to keep our hearts healthy by moving more, eating smarter, like getting our vegetables and choosing water over sugary beverages, getting enough sleep, and always saying no to vaping and tobacco. When we do these things, it helps keep our hearts healthy. And to keep our hearts happy, be like Buster and True, who remind us to be a leader, to always be kind and help others, because when we do good, we feel good. Raise your hand if you have a favorite heart hero. Wow, I love them all and I'm having a hard time picking. Today, you're getting an envelope with a letter to your parents and guardians. Be sure to share it with them tonight when you get home. Point out your favorite heart hero and then ask them who theirs is. And guess what? There are instructions right here to tell you how you can earn all the Heart Heroes this year. That's right, you can earn all the Heart Heroes this year, and I'm going to tell you how in just a moment. Who is ready to get started with True and help our hearts? Stand up as we follow them and do some high knees.
Hi everyone, I'm True, and I'm here with Zoe today. She's going to help us learn how to do another one of the latest Kids Heart Challenge workouts. Today's event is 15 high knees. This is one of several personal challenges that you can be a part of this year. And I'll be honest, they picked me to do this one because high knees are one of my favorites of all this year's challenges. Okay, Zoe, let's go. High knees help you to increase your heart's beats. I'll tell you why. It's because you're moving your whole body. And keeping moving is important for your overall health. We all sit too much, so moving around is so important every day. Watch how Zoe reaches way up and see how she's on the balls of her feet. Okay, let's start to count down from 15, 14, See how Zoe gets the most movement out of her hind knees? That's the right way to do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, whoa, what a great job. Thanks for joining us in this super fun challenge. Don't forget to check out all the other fun challenges. And we'll see you right here next time. Bye-bye.
Great job, everyone. Okay, let's sit back down. Put your hand on your heart. Do you feel it beating really fast? Good. That's because we just got some exercise, which is a great way to keep healthy. So, the first thing we are learning, keeping our hearts healthy, we do that by moving more like Bolt and exercising like True. Get enough sleep like Star, eat smart and drink water like Splash, and saying no to vaping and smoking like Skip. We've talked about important ways we can keep our hearts healthy. And in Kids Heart Challenge, we also get to help the hearts of others. Let's hear a story of some very special hearts right now.
So Isabel is the oldest, and she is our sweet little fireball. She has been a feisty, fearless little girl since birth, and Jason and Jackson are just the sweetest, funniest kids. 2 weeks after Isabel's second birthday, she got really sick. She had a 1 in a million heart failure condition called restrictive cardiomyopathy. I couldn't even believe this was happening to us because she was just my normal 2-year-old healthy baby girl. She spent 11 days fighting for her life till we could get her listed for her transplant. She was so little, but she was never afraid. The twins were just born when she got sick, so we had them evaluated, and they had no signs of the condition, the heart failure or anything, until after the twins' first birthday. Jason suffered his first of several cardiac arrests.
About the same amount of time as Isabel, about the same age.
One night, Jason woke up and threw up, so they rushed him to the hospital. We grabbed Jackson, took him through the emergency room, and sure enough, he was also showing symptoms. They got pacemakers, and they did really well for over a year until June 3rd of 2020 when Jason dropped in our kitchen unresponsive. I just started Hands-Only CPR and pushing hard and fast.
She did save him by starting right away and continuing through on the CPR until the paramedics got here.
Had I not learned about Hands-Only CPR, we would be in a very different situation right now. After he got his heart, he started smiling and playing and eating, and it was just amazing to see this 2-year-old, miserably sad little boy just transform into a normal 2-year-old. Jackson was listed for transplant a week after Jason because his symptoms treaded right behind his. So when we got home from Jason's transplant, he wasn't eating, he wasn't playing. But then on September 22nd, the transplant team called and said that they had a heart for Jackson. Coming home from our third and final transplant with Jackson was one of the best days of our lives. So we were all home together with their special hearts. Luckily, been able to live a relatively normal life. We loved camping, and they loved going to the beach. If you didn't know they had transplants, you couldn't tell.
And for them, since they all have their hearts, it's normal for them. Nobody's any different. It's just they're normal.
They all have a special heart. I had no answers, but I'm hoping with my children being a part of this research for the American Heart Association, another mother in my position in the future will have her answers. Teachers and educators and parents supporting Finn's mission this year, we are so grateful and excited that more people are going to be aware of special hearts and know what to do in a life-saving emergency. It's important for the American Heart Association to get as much support as possible because there's so many families that are relying on this life-saving research and data like mine. Sign up tonight and complete Finn's mission.
Wow, what an incredible story! We are so thankful for the Sakaros family for sharing it with us. It's families like them that we are all helping when we raise money in Kids Heart Challenge. We're helping fund discoveries of new treatments for all people with special hearts. And we're also helping everyone learn hands-only CPR. Remember, you can do that in Finn's mission. To get started today, show your parents or guardians your Kids Heart Challenge envelope tonight so they can help you get registered for Kids Heart Challenge and start saving lives. Everything you need is on that envelope. It will show you how to use the Kids Heart Challenge website or AHA Schools app. Did you know that once you're registered, you can create a video of yourself saying that you're helping save lives by raising money for Kids Heart Challenge? Then, you can text that video to friends and family with a link to your very own Kids Heart Challenge page through our app. What's it called? AHA Schools app. You can make a list of at least 10 friends and family, grandparents, aunts and uncles, and your parents' friends. Let's watch one of our Kids Heart Challenge friends and see how she created her own video and shared it with others.
Guess what I've got? We kicked off the Kids Heart Challenge today. So, as soon as we get home, we're getting on the Kids Heart Challenge website and logging on so we can get started on Finn's mission. We'll be learning CPR. And when I complete Finn's mission, it means I'll earn his Lifesavers Award. You can either download the app or go online. To download the app, search AHA Schools in the App Store. To register online, go to heart.org/schools. And that's where you log in and start your mission. One of the first things we're gonna do is send out messages. They might be an email or a text, or I know, we can make a video of me and share it online. We're trying to send 10 messages tonight. See, once you're registered, you look for Finn's mission and get started.
That's it.
I'm in. Mom, can we make a video with your help and put it online or Facebook?
Sure, let me go grab my phone.
Hi, I'm Maisie, and I'm here to spread the word about helping kids with special hearts. I'm hoping you'll help me be a heart hero to those kids. And consider making a donation to my page.
Hey, guess how much you raised last night after I posted your video on Facebook? Which means you're already halfway to your personal goal.
And before I went to bed, I sent 10 texts and emails. And I already heard back from Grandma and Grandpa. They're in!
Sounds like we're off to a great start.
Be sure to register today and complete Finn's mission. See you soon.
I can't wait to make my own video and start saving lives. Can you? I'm so excited. But first, we need to complete 2 steps. Step 1, join your school's team in the app or online. What's the app name again? Say it with me, AHA Schools app. Step 2, complete Finn's mission in your headquarters and earn Finn's Lifesavers Award. It's a slow rise ball. Remember, when you complete Finn's mission, you'll learn all about hands-only CPR, which could help save a life. Plus, you can then send the hands-only CPR video to others so that they can learn how to save a life too. Who is ready to watch the Heart Heroes go on a heart adventure roller coaster? Hey students, welcome to the American Heart Association's Kids Heart Challenge. We are so glad you could join us in helping kids with special hearts. This year, we're going to be celebrating each of you for creating more movement, eating healthier, and helping others in your school, community, and everywhere. Let's join our Heart Heroes who are just now arriving at the KHC Celebration Park as they are about to ride the KHC Heart roller coaster, The Beat.
Hi guys, I've really been looking forward to this new ride. It's supposed to be crazy fun.
Whoa, I'm flying in from school to remind all of you to move more. I'm really excited I got my 60 minutes of exercise in before coming over here. Woo!
And I was so excited about today's adventure that I made sure I got to bed last night by 8 o'clock because I'm always going to get at least 10 hours of sleep.
Oh yeah, I heard this is the ride of your life.
Hey, guys, did any of you smell that? Is someone smoking around here?
I also smelled a vape on the way in. Yuck.
You know, we all really need to skip vaping and smoking.
Did you see the design of this roller coaster? Well, I
did some research, and there's actually an engineering job for designing roller coasters. Can you believe that? That is so me. I'm so excited to know that. I'm taking STEM classes so I can create the next wave of roller coasters someday. Better hold on.
Why don't you move ahead of me, Spark? I know how excited you are to be able to get on this new ride. Here.
That was sure nice of you to let Spark go ahead of you. My goal is to do at least one kind thing every day. Today, I held the door open for my teacher. She had so many books in her hands.
We're about to go for the ride of our lives. Buckle up, everyone.
Whoa!
This really is the ride of our lives. We're getting to learn about the heart while riding.
I read this as a good example of a healthy heart.
Ooh.
Now we're leaving the heart and going into the lungs. That's where the blood gets oxygen. There goes the left atrium.
I think that's 3 chambers. Better get ready to duck.
Woohoo! This is fun. Let's ride it again. Oh, neat. Whoa!
Hey, everybody. What did you think of the ride?
Really great. It was
So
amazing.
much fun.
I loved it.
I hope we get to do it again sometime.
Thought it got 5 stars, and I should know.
Hey everyone, I'm thirsty. Can you all give me a second? There's nothing better than water.
I agree.
Yes, you're right.
I could show you some water.
Question, everyone. Are you ready to do your Kids Heart Challenge homework tonight? Just don't forget to sign up on the AHA Schools app tonight and complete Finn's mission.
That's it for the ride today. Stay tuned for more Kids Heart Challenge news from your teacher. We can't wait to see who is the first to register tonight on the AHA Schools app. Thank you for joining us on the ride of our lives. Bye.
Backed by popular demand is our KHC Mystery Gifts. You can earn a bonus mystery gift for every $50 you raise. Do you want to take a look at our mystery gifts this year? Yeah, okay, awesome. Look at these fun mystery gifts. Which one is your favorite? Can you spot the rare Buster collectible in there? Remember, the more people you reach out and talk to about KHC, the more donations you'll raise, the more lives you'll help save, and the more thank you gifts and mystery gifts you'll earn. Who loves football? What is your favorite team? The American Heart Association isn't the only one who knows just how important it is to know about Hands-Only CPR. The NFL does too. That's why the NFL and American Heart Association have teamed up this year to offer a chance to win tickets to the Super Bowl in 2025. How awesome is that? Every student who completes Finn's mission will be entered into a sweepstakes to win 2 Super Bowl tickets in 2025. So remember, go home tonight and have an adult help you register online and complete Finn's mission. You will help students with special hearts while earning your own heart heroes and mystery gifts. Thank you so much for your support.